Oh yeah, baby, we're recording.
Ew.
We're all back. The gang's all
We're all
here.
back. Gang's all here.
Gang's all here.
Real quick, before we start talking about racing stuff, how's everyone's week? Look at me, I'm wearing a football shirt.
Yeah.
Too bad the
even-
coach of that team is a piece of human
Aw, dude.
trash.
What a guy. What an absolute legend that guy is.
Literally
Man, oh, man.
wasted their second first-round draft pick on a running back when they had a running back, and openly admitted that they only drafted him because they didn't get the guy that they wanted. What else? Openly admitted that they released players because of their vaccination status, which was a big no-no from the NFLPA.
No.
Hired a known racist to be on his strength and conditioning team in the offseason from Iowa.
Okay, that's not great.
Matt, am I missing anything? I mean, I can bring up a bunch of other Urban Meyer stuff because I hate the guy.
He got caught grinding on a...
Well, yeah,
or a
that's
girl grinding on him.
That was not his wife. At a bar that he owned in Columbus.
That said, I think his wife was okay with it.
His wife's weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
His wife's weird, honestly.
Pardon my take had a theory that his wife was like, go out to a bar and go get your confidence back.
Urban Meyer is literally the scum of the earth.
His face just screams one and done as a head coach.
So, for anyone that's not football knowledgeable like Davey, Urban Meyer was the head football coach at Utah, or I think he was at Bowling Green before that, then Utah, then he went to Florida where he won 2 national championships in Gainesville. Retired in 2010, I think, after 2010, 2011. Yeah, retired. For the audio people, Matt did air quotes because he said he wanted to spend more time with his kids. Then did a year on ESPN, working for ESPN. Then got the head coaching job at Ohio State University. They're not going to get the because they don't deserve it. I wanted to say F Ohio so bad, but I can't. I don't want to have to bleep myself out 2 minutes into the show.
Bad boy, Joe. Bad boy.
I could cut this part out, but I think it's fun because any opportunity I have to talk about how much of a human piece of garbage Urban Meyer is, I'm going to take.
This is why we need to get you on Oof Side, so you can just go off.
Please.
And when the Lions win a game this year, we'll bring you on, because we can't have 2 sad Lion fans on.
Might be a while.
Yeah.
Like, when Joe goes on Oof Sides, not only am I going to let the podcast play like I normally do, but I'm also going to actually listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was the coach at Ohio State for up until 2018. 2018, before the season started, it came out that one of his assistants on his staff had a restraining order from that assistant's current wife because for domestic violence, assault, whatever the technical term is. And the university suspended him for 3 games. Just so happened that they only really played one hard game, and the guy that they now have as their head coach was the offensive coordinator and became the interim head coach for games. He retired after that because the reason why he couldn't act on the terrible thing that his assistant was doing was because he had his brain went ouchy, or his heart or something. It was something medical what they said, but it was really he lost his job. They just didn't they gave him the dignity because he won a national championship. You're gonna retire, and now he's the Jacksonville Jaguars head coach after 2 years in the TV booth for Fox.
So I don't know if there's any drivers that have been like this. Like some drivers, you can look at their name and you're going to be like, they're not going to be successful. But you can also get it with like their face. I don't watch college football, so I didn't know anything about Urban Meyer, but I saw a press conference of him for the first time a couple weeks ago, and just something about his face. I'm like, yeah, he's
got a very long face. He it's Nick Saban worked out okay in the NFL. I don't think people don't give Nick Saban enough credit for the job that he did in Miami. Not that he did great. I'm not trying to say that by any means. But he wanted Drew Brees to be down there in Miami, and they wouldn't let him get him. So, like, things like that. You know what I mean?
I've heard that Saban didn't want Brees.
Okay, well then maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Either way, he still won 6 games, 7 games.
Yeah,
it was pretty successful. All things
people
considered.
don't like Saban because he kind of bailed on the Dolphins.
Oh,
yeah.
To be fair,
anyway, yeah, football.
But
In more exciting news, my Google Docs plugin that makes the documents like black isn't working anymore. So now my face is really bright, and I'm trying to fix it.
Hell.
Obviously, that's way more exciting than football.
Yep, way more exciting. But anyways, there's all the theories out there that he's trying to get fired, so he can go coach at USC or at Miami in college. So, fun things happening in the world of
Yeah.
football.
Yeah, Davey, for reference, literally after their first game of the season, he was having to say, no, I'm not leaving at the end of this year. I'm not taking the USC job, which means he's 100% taking the job, because why else would those rumors be happening?
It's going to be him or James Franklin at Penn State. Those are the two for USC. So, anyways, but folks, welcome back to the Fake Racers podcast after a very fun weekend of racing, a long weekend of racing with Sunday's rain out into Monday's rain shortened event. We'll talk about that. As always, please, if you haven't already, hit the like button and subscribe here on our JTN YouTube, or if you're listening on your podcast platform of preference, make sure you like the podcast. Or, I don't know if people leave us reviews, because I honestly don't know how to check them. If you're leaving us reviews, thank you. And
I know iTunes has them. So.
I will try to figure out how to read them. I'm sure there's a bunch of bad ones, and they're like, "You guys suck."
Yeah, and we're like, "Yeah."
But I know our podcast platform listeners have there's been a few more the last couple weeks, especially I'm assuming with school starting for a lot of people. It's a lot easier to listen to something on a bus or and watch a YouTube video.
It's like one of the things I like actually look for, because I listen to every episode when I'm at work, just because
you like to hear yourself talk.
Yeah. Well, not to be narcissistic, but I want to listen to what I'm doing and see if I'm like, what can I do better?
That's very big of you.
But I do genuinely look forward to like when Fake Racers does get posted, because I'm like, hey, cool, I get to listen to
I get to hear how awful I was on the podcast.
That's what I'm terrible about, because I've been told for years and years and years that my voice is awful and that I sound like a girl, so I don't want to hear myself talk. Which you guys can try to like hype me up all you want. I know I have a high pitched voice for it. I'm not gonna try to deny that fact. It's like that little nagging thing inside your head.
Yeah.
That's what makes me happy that we have all these broadcasts. We made cash money this year with broadcasts. So thank you to all of our leagues that have brought us out for broadcasts. I really appreciate you. You're helping me fund my school, and that is cash money.
I will say, like, broadcasts, you do go into a little bit of a higher register, just because it's you
have to, because that's right now at least I can't yell too much.
Yeah.
So,
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I've lived the life of having a high pitched voice, and luckily it's gotten like I've kind of have a lower voice now, but I used to be squeaker. Oh, I had to. Looks like a bite of diecast. All right.
Hey, good thing there's some good ones to buy after this weekend.
Dude, come on, man.
I didn't do the show last week.
Early.
Okay,
it's so early in the show. I'm like.
I didn't even realize. I'm
haphazardly involved in this cold open, and I'm eating food, and I haven't said a cuss word yet.
Dude, I'm rusty. Like, not doing the show last week.
7:58.
It's really messed with me. But back by unpopular demand, me.
Anti-Steelman, and that's Davey eating his Zaxby's chicken. I wish we had a Zaxby's.
Yeah.
There's a tie in there. We're not gonna go into detail because there's still details coming out about it, but hope everyone in the Townley family is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like, even
take care of your head.
Yeah, even if it turns out that John West was a bad person, like, it's still recipes. Like, it's terrible to see.
Hey, study CTE and race car drivers.
Yep.
Indeed. Act like that was a very serious. Take care of your head, man.
Junior's concussion problems was kind of a big wake up call, and I hope this is too. Especially with what happened to McClure. When did McClure pass away?
It was a year or two ago now.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. So hopefully they like start to study it more. Yeah.
No, was it in the spring? It was in the spring.
Eric McClure passed away. Yeah, he passed away in May.
Wasn't.
Wow.
Yeah, May 2nd.
A long time ago.
Mm.
But
Oh yeah.
Anyways, check on your loved one. I don't know.
Wear your helmets. Protect your noggin.
Wear your helmets. Be careful with your head.
Yeah.
For seriousness.
Be safe. Wear a
Yes.
helmet while you're riding your bike or motorcycle.
Like I do.
If you're riding an electric scooter, though, like me. Okay.
Yeah. Drive fast, take chances, safety third. So.
Anyway, we should
let's
start the show.
We should. Let's get into this. So he's Matt. He's Davey. I'm Joe.
Hello.
I'm Davey. He's Joe. That's
I'm
Matt,
Matthew.
the other one.
I'm Matthew. That's Davey, and that's also Joe.
You totally pointed to the wrong people.
We'll fix it in post. Whatever.
I won't fix it post at all. Asking way too much of me.
Fix it in post.
It was right on my end, and that's
it's
all that
hilarious
matters.
because this is like the first week in like a month that I'm like not scrambling outside of this whole JTN thing. So, like, you know, JTN's kind of it goes on the back burner if school gets tough, and this week school isn't too terrible. And
Yeah.
now you're just adding more to my workload, and I really don't appreciate that.
Well, this is what you
It was
got.
like, a break.
I was like,
Like, hey.
nice easy week here, and nope.
Matthew swears too much. We should definitely have him on the show.
Definitely have him on the show. But Talladega, we're gonna start with the biggest story of the weekend. They were all big stories, honestly, but obviously one has been talked about a lot more. Rightfully so. Bubba Wallace wins a rain-shortened Yellowwood 500. Now, I haven't seen a lot of detractors. I know there are a lot of detractors talking about the legitimacy of a win in the rain. Those eyes were awesome. I want to talk about the win though. I want to talk about the actual moment. And we can talk about the race a little bit after that. But the actual moment, everyone was around that dude's pit box. Let me tell you, that was the most cameras I have seen around a pit box in a long time.
Oh yeah.
It isn't very often in sports where you know the chance of a moment like that, of something historical like that, is just, it's there. And you can kind of prepare for it, if you know what I'm saying. Like, a lot of times when we come up on these milestones for athletes or big accomplishments, it's just like all of a sudden they're there. It's not like you can prepare for it, and the media as a whole kind of was preparing for it for about an hour there, for NASCAR to make the decision to call the race. But man, I would be lying if I said I didn't cry a little bit, knowing knowing everything that he has been through outside of just the last year. You can go back before that, the All-Star race in 2018 or 19. Coming out and talking about it, battling with depression was a big thing. I don't think people will ever give him credit for, and being a role model in that, and saying, hey, it's okay. It's that whole idea of it's okay not to be okay. I know that really resonated with me. I remember talking to him at the Chevy display at Michigan in August, asking him about it. And God, it's just there are drivers that you just want to see win. Love them or hate them. I think in this case, maybe for a lot of people that hate them, maybe that's not the case. And whatever, we're not here to get into all of that. That's not for us to discuss.
It's not even worth discussing.
We're three dudes.
Yeah.
Everybody knows why people think that. I'm not saying there's no legitimate or people who dislike Bubba for legitimate reasons. There obviously are. I know some people who are. But the people who want to detract him and say, "Oh, NASCAR rigged it," we all know why they're saying that, and it's not even worth entertaining. Yeah,
it's not even worth like you said. I agree. If you're just trying to say some stuff like that, it's not even worth discussing. But
you're just feeding into the trolls. You're never going to change those people's minds.
What a ride! What a call! What a drive! Everyone talks about these rain-shortened races, and some people give these drivers credit, some people don't. At the end of the day, they were still up there at the front when it mattered. But it's not like it was a lucky pit strategy call.
It wasn't like Justin Haley a few years ago at Daytona.
It wasn't a strategy call. It wasn't a crew chief like being on the money. Like, it was like he went up there and he drove his car to the front and he kept it there, and it just so happened to fall just in place for him. Like, he worked for it. He made it happen. He made it happen himself. And I hope he like. Obviously,
I'm sure he
won his first Cup race. I'm sure he's like okay with it, but I really hope he doesn't like let that eat at him a little bit. Like, I hope that doesn't because he went up there and he drove up to the lead and he got the lead and he was fast. Like,
Mhm.
If you listen to a lot of his interviews in the last year, there's been this tone shift in, hey, I don't have to prove it to anybody anymore. I deserve to be where I am, and I have a feeling a lot of that. I'm sure it creeps in because it creeps in for everybody. Those negative thoughts, right? It's human nature. But I think that, like you said, well deserved win. I mean, he held off two of the best super speedway racers, in the current era of NASCAR, if not ever, in Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski.
three if you count Ryan Preece.
Yeah, Ryan Preece getting turned into the wall.
Pain.
But
We'll come back to that, but I have a really cool stat actually.
yeah, that's great.
What? Screw you.
We're talking about
idiot.
something important, not talking about your little fantasy with Ryan Preece. Seriously.
We're talking about the race.
Yeah, little fantasy with Ryan Preece. Got wrecked. Oh, actually.
Okay.
But it was so cool. I was very happy. Listening to Sirius XM after the race too, which I don't normally do because I kind of wanted to hear as many interviews as I could. Booty Barker getting his first career victory in it was 479, 473, something like that.
Oh, I was so happy about that.
It's almost like Mike Wheeler might have been a detriment to the team all season.
Yeah.
And again, you can. There are, you can probably prove where Mike Wheeler isn't the best strategist on top of the pit box, but they did ask him to do a lot this year.
Yeah.
Being competition director and being crew chief on the only race car, so to give him credit, he had a lot on his plate. Finally figured out a way to get that a little bit off of his plate, and it turned into success for everybody on that team.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was at work when it happened. Unfortunately, I missed the race, but it was funny because I was on this roller coaster of checking and being like, pain. And then seeing Bubba in the lead, I was like, oh my God, please just call it when it got rain delayed. And then checking an hour and a half later and seeing all the tweets about it. And I was like, So.
Yeah, I was on the bathroom when that last wreck happened. I was in the bathroom when that last wreck happened. And I was out and I didn't know that it had gone to a rain delay. So I was just I went and checked later, and it was raining. I didn't know it was from the same. It was the same caution period and all that. I came back and it was raining. I was like, "Oh, Bubba's leading. Oh, they're past halfway." And I would check every 15 minutes because I knew I wanted to see when that happened.
Oh yeah,
it was worth it.
And he had Asher and Victor.
Yeah,
love it. Again, historic race. Win for the entire team, for the driver, for the owners, also Kurt Busch will not be the first driver to win for 2311 like so many people said when that hiring was announced. So And also the performance of that 23 team has been better the last couple weeks. They've been 15th, 16th. They've been finishing where they are running, which it was their struggle most. So
also the McDonald's curse is finally broken. It's the first win for a McDonald's-sponsored car since 1994.
It seemed like it was going to be broken a couple times this year with Chastain as well.
Yeah.
And in the Southern 500, that was another one where it felt like, oh man, maybe it's going to break today. So.
Yeah. They were 0 for 480 races or something like that.
Yeah. And you think about all the drivers. I mean, David McMurray, right, for a while. They had Bill Elliott.
Murray, Larson, Chastain, Casey Kane, Reed Sorensen,
big heavy hitter there, Elliott Sadler.
Yeah, Sadler, and then there's somebody else in there too, but I can't remember.
You didn't say Bill Elliott, but I did.
Did I not say Bill Elliott? Oh, well,
I did.
Yeah,
though, so.
the big one. So, yeah, it kind of blew my mind because I grew up with Bill Elliott McDonald's 94 diecasts, and then to find out that he never won in that car, and that's the car I associate him with.
Trippy deal.
Yeah. So.
It's like how I associate Terry Labonte with the Kellogg's car, like the black and orange one. I mean, the
one that I run, yeah, and he won a race in it.
Yeah, I associate Terry Labonte with the black and orange Kellogg's car. And it's just that's not even a Terry. It's not even Terry Labonte's famous car.
Yeah,
at all.
Yeah.
Dega obviously also shook up the playoff picture. Alex Bowman was spun out by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. It was
Great
actually
teamwork by the Hendrick guys today,
Great.
or on Sunday,
Oh, yeah.
or Monday, or whatever day
again
it was.
wonderful teamwork by the Hendrick guys. Last week at
Yeah.
Vegas, they all did the same thing, and this week they all did different things. And either time it worked out.
Yeah.
Bowman Rex, Byron's involved in that last caution as well. Larson is now like 22 points to the good, so he can't like. Everyone was saying he can just come into the roval and kind of cakewalk coast through it. Now he
Oh, I
can't.
don't know.
Chase Elliott's like I think Chase Elliott's
yeah.
only 9 points to the good or something like that too.
Fell
Dude,
apart real quick for Hendrick.
Special shout out to the racing gods for they're like, hey, Matthew's 3 favorite drivers. One of them's making like a very rare cup start. Who are going to be the first 3 guys to wreck? Absolutely hate it here.
It was Allgaier,
Larson and then
and
Bowman.
Briscoe. No, Briscoe
But guys,
was involved
let's
in
talk
that
about
first
the
race.
real story. Let's talk
Dude.
more about Bubba Wallace winning at Talladega. That's the
Yeah.
real story here.
All right.
That's the real story. That's the big.
But what
important
else is
story.
there to say about it?
Let's talk about Bubba Wallace winning at Talladega a little more.
Okay, he won.
Yeah, he did. That's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah. All right. I don't know where we're going from here, Davey. I don't know. Just killing the momentum.
Hey,
of the
Davey, did
show.
you think that race win was really cool?
Oh, it was. Oh man,
Yeah.
almost as cool as you thought it was.
I was crying, man. Like,
Mhm.
legit, it was bad.
What are you, a girl who
Yeah.
cries?
A little bit. There's a lot of emotions involved when and you see.
Enough about you. Let's talk about Bubba Wallace winning at Talladega.
You know what you can get though, Davey? Now at our friends at circlediecast.com,
What can I get?
you can pre-order Bubba Wallace's first career Cup Series victory, 124 diecast, 164 diecast.
Oh
Are
my
you
god.
kidding
It's
me
actually-
right now?
Dude!
According to
Are you-
I saw a post today that is actually the second that's the second highest selling diecast for the year so far. Or it's
Are
on
you
pace
kidding-
behind the Harvick Gravedigger car.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a Chase Elliott car.
Mm-mm.
Are you kidding me? Bubba Wallace.
This was also the only way that McDonald's.
Okay. Anyway, back to normal. I was just a little butthurt that you were so crappy to me about
Why was I
talking about
crappy
something
to
other
you?
than something other than I talked about something other than Bubba Wallace.
you were
spiel.
sassing him about Priest.
You
pretty
sassed
hard.
me out.
Well, what's your stat on Priest? What was
No,
it?
it wasn't
That
a
he
stat
was,
on Priest.
that he,
It wasn't,
he
it
had-
wasn't even necessarily a stat on Priest. It was a
Mom and
stat
Dad,
that I
stop
saw.
fighting.
It was the top 10 points earners on
yeah.
super speedways.
Ooh, Ryan Priest was
Bubba
in there.
Bubba Wallace was at the top at 147, and Ryan Priest had like 109. He got dumped in this one.
hmm
Dude, he would have been up there, man. He would have been like second or third, and people
hmm
discredit the man.
I-
Anyway, it was also a stat on Bubba Wallace being the top
Yeah.
super speedway. He's really good on super speed. It involved both, and I said I would get to it later, and I did. So don't
Good.
sass me, you sasser.
Hey,
I'm so
You're a
confused.
sasshole.
Matt, were either of us like trashing on Ryan Priest or something? Because I think Davey's kind of implying that we were trashing on Ryan Priest.
You
No,
were
I
kind of
just feel
like-
sassing
so.
Davey for his
You
for his
sassed me
fandom.
in general.
Yeah.
In general,
Well,
you sassed me.
That's fair though.
You were definitely
No, it's
you're
not.
boiling his
No, it's
flow
not.
a little bit there. If I'm being
You
honest,
totally ruffled my steez, and I wasn't
Yeah.
here for it.
You're.
Deal with it.
I can't think of another one.
Like I was trying to hit
Stop.
Bar Mexico
From-
like an absolute tendy right in front of the birds, but
jeez.
Yeah, it was not very
you
one
just,
scundo.
you just,
of
you just
if I'm being
fucking, you
honest.
just freaking dusted me.
Did you just
Yeah.
swear?
What?
I got real close.
No, I heard
I
it.
got real
I
close.
heard
I
it.
said, "Fuck."
That's another diecast. Davey's got to
There
buy a
wasn't-
diecast.
there
Matt's got to
was-
buy a
no, there
diecast.
wasn't.
Oh my god!
We're
what
all
is
gonna
happening?
get matching Bubba Wallace Talladega victory diecast.
I'm gonna just to spite you. I'm not gonna get a Bubba Wallace diecast.
Okay, well there might be some other good ones here. Let's talk
I'll get-
about another.
I'll get the Ryan Priest raced version Talladega diecast.
You might actually be able to get that some.
It's been hit with a hammer.
Oh fuck! I'll cry.
You just said it and you just did it again.
I stopped myself.
No, you
I stopped
didn't.
myself both times actually.
I'm gonna post a poll under this on Twitter. Did Davey swear twice
They're
in
all
this
gonna
bit?
answer yes. Are you kidding
Davey's
me?
gonna get on there with his or not Davey. Joe's gonna be on there with his burner accounts to make Davey buy more diecasts.
No way.
I'm an honest man.
No shot.
I'm an honest man.
That's like asking like a crowd of people, "Hey, should I throw money in the crowd? Yes or no?" It's like, yeah, they're all gonna say yes.
yeah, well, you know,
This
maybe
is unbelievable.
mind your P's and
Anyway.
Q's. You know what else was unbelievable?
William Byron
No, we
getting
already talked about that. See, you weren't even paying
Alex
attention.
Bowman. I was paying attention. I'm messing around.
Brandon Brown also won a shortened race.
Let's go!
That was pretty cool.
His first
That
career
was-
victory. Brandon Built Motorsports' first career victory, or first team
That was
victory.
really exciting.
Obviously that race kind of ended weird with a crash there at the end. He was side by side with Brandon Jones. Kind of made the pass as the crash was happening.
It was clutch.
It was very close. It was very close. It was very clutch. I forget who wrecked, but whoever
Yeah,
wrecked, hopefully
I
they
just-
pushed the clutch in.
And honestly, another instance where it was like shortened or whatever, but like Brandon Brown went up there and got the lead. There were a couple guys that got the lead. Who won that stage? Second
Blaine
stage?
Perkins.
Who's
Blaine
Blaine Perkins?
Dude, he had a car length gap on the field coming to the line. Like
next
that
Michael
car was
Waltrip.
on rails. Car was insane.
I genuinely had never heard of him before I turned on
Same.
the race.
Yeah, I saw. I had because I had to watch the Notre Dame Cincinnati game, so I had that on the other TV, and I saw 23 won the stage, and I'm like, what? Huh?
Bubba?
Yeah, right. Fix was in. But Brandon Brown wins. Very emotional. Brandon Brown. I didn't actually catch his interview. Found out
It was a
that
really good interview.
I'm sure it
was.
was. Found out that there was more controversy behind that.
Yeah.
Gotta love when people say that they're trying to make fake news when literally the reporter has big headphones on and also probably can't say exactly what the crowd is saying on TV.
I have a freaking bone to pick with that. Guy wins his first race. Not only is it like the emotional and like the personal aspect of like the interview ruined by a group of people who want to mess stuff up. His sponsors could not be more unhappy with the fact that happened on his winning interview. Like, I cannot imagine how embarrassing it must be to have to win a race. You think you've done something monumental. Your sponsor is probably elated. These sponsors are important to these small teams. Like, those are relationships that they want to build. And you go out and you come out of your car and you're celebrating and you're pumped and you're screaming and I'm tearing up thinking about it because I love seeing someone that excited to win a race. And you go out and those people chant what they chanted. And Kelly Stavis, I think, was the interviewer. She was trying to make the most of that situation the best she could. And bless her,
Good
absolutely bless
here.
her. She did a good job, trying to save it. Like I could not imagine the pressure, but they go and they ruin his winning interview where he has to thank his sponsors while they're chanting this nonsense in front of them.
They're just mad that Brandon Brown.
Angry.
They're just mad that Brandon Brown's won more times this year than they have.
Jesus.
Anyway,
it's just
no one actually won this year, by the way. That's what you're talking about.
Well, sorry, in the last year. That's what I mean. Anyway,
Shut up, Joe.
Yeah, semantics. No, yeah,
But
that was disgusting
me
and
so
it pissed
angry.
me off. And it's
you ruined his moment.
The keep politics out of NASCAR crowd is awful quiet right now.
Anyway, it makes me butthurt.
That's okay. We're all human beings.
Yeah.
I wish we all were.
And that shouldn't obviously reflect badly on Brandon because he had nothing to do with it. But dude, that moment when he yelled, he's like, "We did it, Dad!" And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh my god, my heart! Oh my god, it was so. I love moments like that. Obviously, I didn't get to see it live, but the replays of Bubba celebrating with his crew, going absolutely ham. Brandon Brown getting out of his car, all the things he was saying, like you said when he said "We did it, Dad." I wanted to break down. It just my chest tightened up. I was so happy. That's so cool. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
His dad's still in the hospital, or am I missing there?
Well, he and his dad built that team.
I know.
From
his dad was in the hospital.
I don't think he's still in the hospital, but I don't think he could come to the track.
Yeah.
So I was so happy because we've seen over the last year or year and a half how good Brandon Brown can be, and that's what every single driver who sets out trying to pave their own way into racing dreams of. Is not only does he get that win, but he gets it on a huge stage.
Think about how much credit a guy like Ryan Sieg got last year with how well that 39 team was running before.
Oh yeah.
Jeremy Clements always gets a lot of credit for how good him and his funding.
Yeah.
It's that same vein, right? And when you look at Brandon Brown, he's younger. He's a lot younger than the other two guys.
Yeah.
So it gives him more of a, now that he's got this win, he's got a name and he's talked about on broadcasts every other week, if not every week. That's a lot more than a lot of other small.
Oh yeah.
Very important. AJ Allmendinger crashed out early. That was not
Yeah,
cash
it
money.
It
No,
was not.
that was a hit too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
He hit hard.
Did not look good. Good thing we're heading
were a
into the
couple of-
roval for him.
Dude,
There were a couple of big hits in the Xfinity series.
Gregson
actually.
hit so hard.
Yeah.
That was
Oh my
vicious.
god. Yeah.
That was, and getting hit by Snyder as well with
That
another
was
vicious
brutal.
hit.
He got hit like 4 times in that wreck. That was brutal.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a very,
I was
very, very
happy to
hard
see
wreck.
him walk away from that.
I was happy to see him walk away. I just hope it makes him think twice about how he races people. Same thing we talked about with Joey Logano in the spring.
Yeah. I will say I have noticed a significant improvement from his like pretty mediocre midseason. I say mediocre, but for
He was heating.
JRM car.
He was heating up.
Yeah.
He's
Feels like he hit a brick wall though.
he yeah, I mean you're right, but like he was heating up, and then on top of that, like he seemed a lot more composed. He seemed a little more mature. Maybe it's a turning point. I'm not gonna sit here and say that it is, but
to his credit,
small improvement.
he kind of did the same thing last year where he was just a total tool for like the first half of the season.
Mhm.
And then over the course of the year, he kind of calmed down. And then by the end of the year, he was just kind of like another dude. And then right back again, went back to being a tool at the start of this year again. And then he's kind of calming down again. I don't want to hate Noah Gragson, and I really do hope he cleans up his attitude.
Yeah.
But yeah. Obviously, I don't root for him to take hits that hard. So
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
I'm a
saying
racing
that.
fan first and foremost, and like
I'm not a
when there's
crash
something
fan.
like that, yeah, I want to see him get out of the car under his
Yeah.
own power.
Damn.
So
Not in the sense I want to see
Not
crashes.
Not
Yeah.
exclusively.
yeah,
No, like
so,
I like all the safety stuff.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
I have a
Good talk.
Pollock's Dega win streak also is snapped at 3. So
I did get a kick out of Hemrick like exclusively working with the colleague guys the whole race because he's like, yeah, it's my future teammates.
yeah,
So.
that was pretty good. Although I don't know if Jeb Burton's going to be back. Right now, it doesn't sound like he's back. They don't have the sponsorship with Nutria and Ag.
Yeah,
Sad.
that's kind of iffy.
Unless they're going to the Cup Series, and maybe that's why they're leaving the Xfinity program.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they're leaving the sport.
I think so too.
Is what I heard.
yeah,
Hard to
'Cause I
compete
saw-
against Brant.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Because Ward Burton himself tweeted that they're trying to find something to keep him in the 10 for next year, but it doesn't look good. So
Even if it's a part-time schedule, it's still better than nothing for Jeb, who made a lot of strides as a race car driver and has kind of established himself as a top 10 guy in Xfinity every single week. Can't really put him on the same level as his teammates. Definitely not the worst guy out there. There are definitely worse drivers out there and better equipment. We will not talk about that guy, but
Yeah.
poor Riley Herbst. He actually had a chance to win a race and he still.
yeah,
Yep. Man, that 98 car would look great with Ryan Priest's name on the side.
That 98 car, the crew chief on top of that 98 box would look really good on top of the 14 Cup Series box. I don't know about you guys.
there's a rumor about Stuart Haas's Xfinity team next year. I don't know. Have you guys seen that?
Marco Andretti?
Yeah, there's
Part-time.
talks that Tony Stewart's talking to Ford to try to get Marco into a car part time.
Mm.
So
It's interesting.
that would be pretty cool.
Put him part-time
Yeah.
with Haley Deegan.
I hope not.
That's how you'd have to swing it, though.
Yeah,
He's their only development driver, pretty much.
she's not ready though. Yeah,
Oh, no.
she
No,
needs
she's
another
not.
year in trucks at least.
But you need another
Yeah.
year in ARCA, too. They just moved
Yeah.
her up to trucks. Not that you learn a lot in ARCA. Not that we know anything. A guy that learned a lot, and I don't know what he learned.
Shut up.
Because it was a crazy finish. Tate Fogelman won a wild truck series finish. There were like
Dude.
3 trucks there at the end all together for a big wreck on the back straight.
They all wrecked.
It was peak truck series racing.
Yeah, Of course, they both Fogelman and Tyler
Tyler
Hill's
Hill.
his name, right? Yeah, wreck coming across the line and plow the inside wall.
Fogelman
So
destroys his car.
the second time in like 4 races, the winning car gets taken
Truck.
to victory lane on a rollback, so or on a
Vehicle.
tow truck. So whatever, it's semantics.
Hey,
We should have a dollar jar for every time when we're talking about the truck series. We call it a car.
Ricky.
It's a car.
Ricky, every
It
broadcast
just
we
has
do,
a truck body on
he
it.
owes me 10 cents every time he calls them cars. Not actually, but a running joke.
It's awesome.
Let's talk about everyone's favorite moment of the race. Big wreck going down into turn 3 and 4 out of nowhere.
Yeah, I
Here
can't
comes,
wait to talk about this. Mm-hmm.
here comes the 10 truck. Your boy Parker Clearman. I retweeted it because it was spicy. It was spicy. Muy caliente. Jennifer Jo Cobb plows into a wreck in the truck series after being in the truck series for 12 years or whatever it's been.
It's a lot longer than that.
Probably. It is okay. Yeah,
That was an embarrassment.
it was pretty bad.
It's so I wait weeks on end for Parker Kligerman to enter a truck race, and he enters most truck races with a pretty decent shot at a top 10, top 5.
Didn't he run last weekend?
I mean, I'm just saying in general, like he does not run every week in the truck. He's a part-time truck series driver. The truck series doesn't run often as is. My point being, I wait all this time to see him run in a truck, and most weekends he's like, at a short track I know he's going to be pretty competitive. At Bristol I know he's going to be kind of competitive. At Vegas or at Darlington, like he's going to be kind of competitive. When he goes to Talladega, he's got a legitimate shot to win because he's won there twice in the trucks in similar equipment. The heartbreak, the anger, the pain, the sadness is very real when I see a big freaking wreck in the truck series and I see the 75 truck, beautiful as ever, maneuver its way through the wreck, down onto the grass, made it through it was through the wreck, out of it, gone. See you later. Parker's on his way to the rear of the pacing line, like 4th place. And then in comes Jennifer Jo Cobb, like 40 miles an hour faster than the rest of the field, slides straight through the wreck, destroys Parker Kligerman's car. The anger. I was so mad. Revoke her license. Get her out of there. I'm over it. I'm done.
Remember when everyone had the issue with her in the spring and not getting a Cup Series?
Okay. I didn't have an issue because
I know.
Yeah.
Sucks. Dumb idiot. Stupid idiot.
I tweeted about this.
Of course you did.
Drives me up the wall that of all the woman racing drivers that have stuck around, it's Jennifer Jo Cobb. Because there are genuinely talented women drivers out there like Johanna Long who never got a shot and who ran out of money. And yet the one that stuck around is an absolute embarrassment of a driver.
A weapon.
She's genuinely a hazard and she shouldn't be on the track anymore, especially after that.
Honestly, I wish she would have just cleaned out someone that was in the wreck earlier.
Yeah,
I mean, my own bias, but
there's a reason that Donnie Neuenberger and Larry Gunselman basically disappeared after they plowed into people at Daytona and Talladega. And I hope the same thing happens to Jennifer Jo Cobb. I hope she runs out of money and isn't on the track anymore. That's embarrassing. She made contact with Kligerman 18 seconds after the wreck started.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable. That's ridiculous.
Didn't see it. Didn't see it.
Don't know where the wreck is.
Where's the wreck? I don't know.
Where was her? I wonder what her spotter was saying.
I
can only imagine. I can only imagine what her freaking spotter was saying, dude.
Yeah.
Look up who the spotter is for the 10 truck.
I was very, very heated Saturday afternoon when my driver got taken out by that nonsense.
Yeah, I think a lot of us are starting to debate whether or not Jennifer Jo Cobb is NASCAR material.
Because it wasn't evident already.
No.
It's a short debate, Matt.
Kind of talked about the crazy racing. Matt Crafton on the pit lane after the race. Banks, John Hunter Nemechek.
Ooh.
It was so dumb. It was the worst thing I've ever seen.
It's pretty funny.
A grown man spanking another grown man.
I will say,
What's wrong with that, Joe? Is there something wrong with that?
Matt Crafton 99% of the time just annoys the hell out of me. There's a 1% of the time where Matt Crafton does some stuff, and I'm like, you know what? You're a pretty funny angry man. You're pretty funny when you're angry, Matt Crafton. And him
so
spanking the hell out of John Hunter Nemechek was the funniest thing I've seen in a minute. That was awesome. I loved it. And you could tell he was like angry, but he tried to play it off. Hey, good job, man. And just walked away. I would treat someone like I would do that. That's what I would do.
I love that John Hunter
a-hole.
Nemechek called him old after that too.
It's so good. That's so good. Cup Series could never. Cup Series could never.
God. Well, I mean, Kevin Harvick's done that to Tony Stewart before, but that was...
Yeah, but they do it like
it was a different kind of.
First of all, they don't spank. Tony Stewart goes up behind Kevin Delana Harvick, and he goes.
Yeah,
like he grabs, like he's all about it. He's in it. But
touchy-feely guy.
So now, see what Crafton needs to do next time. This is what my brother and his friends used to do. They do it on Nitro Circus. Is you walk up behind somebody and you grab basically between their legs the. Yes. I don't know if I can say this word on the podcast without buying a diecast, but pick them up by the taint, and then you just pick them up until they flip over forwards. You should have done that to John Hunter. It would have been hilarious.
In the middle of the interview, Mike Crafton
all of a sudden, John Hunter's like, "Oh!"
What a fun weekend.
Cup Series could never.
First time there's been 3 first-time winners in a race.
Also very cool. Loved it.
Well, it's happened before. First time it's ever happened in the same weekend at the same track. Because 2016, Moffitt and Larson won at Michigan, and McDowell won at Road America.
Well,
so
thanks for
your obscure stats, Joe.
Hey, Joe. Semantics.
Thank you. Hey, I want us to be correct on this podcast, if anything.
Yeah.
If not entertaining,
and I always
correct.
And I always am.
That concludes our Talladega coverage. And unfortunately, this is the last Gen 6 race with this car. Or last Gen 6 Gen 6
just
race.
Got the package right.
This is the last Gen 6 race on a superspeedway. Albeit, love it or hate it, flippy doodads with the cup cars. There are ways to combat that they just chose not to do until recently. I am worried about next gen car on super speedways, especially with a flat underbody.
Dude, someone's gonna spin and it's gonna be like the fly glitch in NR where they just keep going up and they just never come down.
Some people have tried to say that the diffuser is gonna help. It will. I don't know if the flipping problem's really actually gonna. I'd have to look at it. I have to get some more info, but I'm worried about it. Anyways, let's talk about something else for 2022, because the Xfinity and Truck Series schedules were available. Davey, we talked about Portland last week. Matt, I don't know if you have anything else besides, that's kind of cool, which kind of sums up our little argument.
Yeah. I think it's cool to go to a new track, but it sucks that they're not going to Mid-Ohio, so.
Man, not going to Mid-Ohio. Oh, dang.
Specifically to spite Joe. Like less races for him to go to.
No races in Ohio. Actually, Truck Series will be going to Mid-Ohio now.
Yeah, let's go. Shout out to not having a track in that market, baby.
I'm sensing a lot of anti-Ohio rhetoric in this week's show.
I don't know. Why? Why would there be a lot of anti-Ohio? I have no idea. Of course, I should have worn my U of M hat.
If you're like me, it's because of collegiate football.
There you go. Not only that, just Ohio's a pretty crappy place.
In collegiate football.
No, just in Ohio's. You live in Ohio, I don't know why you live there.
And also collegiate
probably
football
because they can't afford to move away from Ohio.
I mean, very much.
So.
If you think Iowa's boring.
Joe's gonna make his own version of the Cleveland tourism video.
Dude, they always rag on Detroit. It grinds my. Anyways,
yeah, I like how that video dunks on Detroit.
Bad. trucks are going to go to Mid-Ohio, unfortunately for them, because they're not going to go to Canadian Tire. I don't think they're going back to Watkins Glen either. They're going to go to Sonoma.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Unless they are going to Watkins Glen. I don't remember seeing it on their schedule, though. I could be wrong.
Oh! Speaking of, hold on, rewind. Beep, 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 tweet, tweet, tweet. Talking about, Joe's so mad at me right now. Detroit, Belle Isle. They don't want to race Belle Isle anymore.
Well, they don't have a doubleheader anymore, so they kind of want. I think they want to run it in the
They
city.
wanna,
And the way they have that set up, is you park at Cobo, which is TCF Center now or whatever, and you take a bus to Belle Isle unless you pay like premium to have parking in the Corvette Corral.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of not from the setup that I saw, the Cobo and TCF and the Rensen, which is General Motors building, is pretty much in the middle of it. So there's a lot of parking right at the track instead of having to be shuttled. So there's probably some costs there, and it's a little more convenient for people. Plus, you get right on the freeway from kind of where the parking lots are. So because you come to get there. If I can go on another little tangent, you act like you're gonna go over the bridge or through the tunnel to Canada, and then you just kind of hang a left. Then you're driving like along the Detroit River. So it's kind of like what you'd come out of the parking and you out of there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I like it. I think it's a good idea. At Belle Isle, there's also been a lot of controversy over them racing on Belle Isle since it's a state park.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people that don't want them racing on a state park because of pollution or something, even though like that place gets so disgusting with like 4th of July fireworks and families and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there are worse things that happen there, but that course is also pretty rough right now. We all know how rough Belle Isle is on those drivers, so maybe this is a little better. I don't know. I don't like the course layout, but I understand it.
I would accept if they maybe did it for like a year or two if they were to repave maybe or renovate.
They won't
like
though.
I know.
I'm
just saying.
They were supposed to fix, as Governor Whitmer said, they were going to fix the damn roads, and some of the roads are fixed. Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
Roads are really bad in Michigan and Japan.
Anyway, back to the thing. That's a big story. I just wanted to talk about.
Back to trucks. They add in Sonoma. They're still going to be going to Gateway with the Cup Series. The other big one, and now the race weekend in Indianapolis just got bigger somehow. The trucks are going to be going back to IRP on July the 29th, day before the Xfinity IndyCar doubleheader. I remember a couple weeks ago when I got back from Michigan, I said I will never go to 2 straight Cup races again. I am very much reconsidering that after hearing about even more added value to that weekend for race fans.
Dude, trucks at Lucas Oil is going to be so awesome. I love that track so much.
You also have Arca's running a race that same Friday before the Truck Series race.
Who cares?
I know, I'm just saying. And also the Arca late models are running Sunday night or Saturday night.
Probably also unironically a better race than actual Arca.
Wow. Yeah. Rulebook's a little smaller.
Oh god.
Train.
I unmuted and then the train horn happened. I literally muted so that wouldn't happen, and I was like, oh, I guess they're not gonna blow the horn. And then I clicked it, and then there's the train. Yep.
Around because he's got boogies.
Thanks,
he's got little boogies.
Union Pacific and or Amtrak.
Joe's got boogies. Look at him. Got boogies.
At least I'm not the only one getting over a cold on this show.
Yeah.
So
I'm listening.
I gotta hope my voice holds out because I got 2 broadcasts the next 2 nights too.
Dude, do you remember in May, like when we went to Charlotte for the first time?
I was actually thinking about that today.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my voice was destroyed for like 2 weeks. That was awful. I remember sending you videos like leaving work, like I'm trying to save my voice.
So, quick tangent, but speaking of Charlotte, I posted this in the server earlier. I think you saw it, Davey. Because everybody's doing the Charlotte trip this week, and I couldn't do it because I can't get the time off for work. And I was like, Dude, I could totally buy a plane ticket and fly out on Friday and just show up for the weekend and then fly back on Sunday night and not miss a day at work. And then I remembered, oh yeah, Tommy's coming to visit that weekend, so I can't do that.
I'm not lying, Matt. Like, if that wasn't happening and you actually did that, I would message my Airbnb host right now to say, like, hey, I'm gonna have a second. Is that okay?
I was just gonna
you would literally be staying with me.
I was
Like,
just gonna
don't
tell
care.
somebody, but like, can I just like crash with one of you guys?
Dude, I absolutely 100%. Like,
Yeah.
I'm alone right now, so.
But it was funny because I was standing there at work and I was like, dude, I'm going to Charlotte. I'm going to do this. And then I was like, oh, yeah, Tommy's coming to visit me and we're going to go to the train museum. Duh. I already made plans.
Bunch
The
of nerds.
trains.
Dude, the train
Trains are
museum in
cool.
Sacramento
Trains are
rules.
cool. I'm sure.
Trains are pretty cool.
I was a big Thomas the Tank Engine.
Hell yeah.
Everyone was. I wasn't.
Dude, if you ever want to get on a tangent about Thomas the Tank Engine lore, just hit me up.
Okay, we'll
I'll-
definitely do that. We'll make a new
I'll
podcast.
put my microphone down and leave. Sorry.
There really weren't any major changes. The Truck Series is also only going to be going to they're only going to be going to Martinsville once. They're not going to join the Xfinity and Cup Series in the fall, which I think is really dumb. I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of a cool weekend that all the round of 8 elimination races were at one track, but whatever. Because they're gonna end their round at Homestead. So if you're gonna change it, you changed it
That's
to a
all
good one.
right.
Yeah.
That's all right. But still.
Xfinity is I think only going to Richmond once, which I don't think anyone really cares, honestly.
Yeah.
Richmond was a good race in terms of being a race, but wasn't all that entertaining in terms of being a race. You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit of difference there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think there weren't any other big changes to the Xfinity schedule besides Port. And, obviously Mid-Ohio being dropped.
I will say, like, Moseport was cool, but it's kind of overrated as a race because it has some chaotic finishes. So,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
such a logistical
Pretty much.
nightmare for the
I mean,
teams.
that's the
so,
roval. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, the roval I feel like has actually had pretty decent races as well.
Well, but we've talked about this before, how like it being a playoff race obviously adds some extra, even if you don't want to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
You say the playoffs are fake. Like one of our good buddies would say. That definitely adds some intrigue to the races, and also we've talked about the dynamic of only having one race at a facility versus two in a year, and how one race usually makes it race seem better. Like the Michigan race this year, I thought was really good, but it was because it was the Michigan race.
Yeah.
Same thing
Fair.
with what other track lost a race? Oh my goodness, Dover. The Dover race in the spring, I thought was really good.
hmm
Nashville was
I
really
enjoyed
good.
it.
I enjoyed it too. I wore my Alex Bowman shirt on. I wore it last week. Never mind. I was gonna say I wore it on Sunday. I wore my Eric Jones shirt on Sunday. I wore my Chase Briscoe shirt yesterday. Haha. But
Yeah. Going back to Mosport. I've kind of go ahead.
no.
No.
I just realized I took it.
That's
A
okay.
tangent to the
It's fine.
tangent.
I brought it back, but I'm talking about Mosport. I kind of unironically think like it would never host a cup race. Mosport's never gonna host. It's in the middle of nowhere. It was it's in the middle of nowhere currently. There's nothing around Mosport. But I feel like the cup cars, the next gen cars, would actually put on a really good race there, which
Next gen
sucks.
cars are gonna put on a good race.
Ooh, that's a hot take. Joe said it. Quoting it. Quote it now. Quote it, because Joe said it. Joe said it. Quote it. Next gen success.
Next year is gonna be bad.
Next gen success.
If
Joe
they do
Twansky. They're gonna put a race in a good
if they
one.
do this
It's gonna be
30-minute
good every
practice
time.
thing that we talked
tried,
about
Davey.
last week, it ain't gonna be good. It's gonna be
Joe said it.
bad.
Quote Joe on it. Joe was good. Joe's good.
Anyway, what were you saying about Mosport?
His point was that it put on a good cup race. There we go.
It put
Summed
on a
up.
good cup race.
Yeah.
But go back to Montreal, even though it'll never happen.
Oh my god, I want NASCAR back at Montreal so bad.
It'll never happen. But please, can I have it?
Go to Belle Isle.
I miss
Pretty much
Montreal
Canada.
so much.
Unironically, that would be awesome.
It would be awful though.
It would suck.
That track is too tight.
We go to Circuit of the Americas, like we go to the Roval. The Roval sucks.
I would say about twice a month I think about the fact that NASCAR doesn't go to Montreal anymore and I get mad.
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Speaking of
Yeah.
the Roval, though,
I loved that track.
there's a I'm gonna do the thing that I always do on this podcast. there's a good series of podcasts about people that are high up at VIR with Dinner with Racers. So one of them talked about how NASCAR came to a lot of those American road racing tracks and, talked to them about the roval at Charlotte. And when they showed them the roval, what they wanted the roval to be, most of those higher ups that they asked, like most of that like committee of people that they consulted about the roval, laughed at them. They legitimately laughed at them because really, it's
dumb concept.
it sucks. It sucks. There's no reason it should be as entertaining as it has been. Whether
because stock cars don't belong on a road course.
Exactly. But whether it's like this reason or that reason, it's entertaining regardless.
It's a lot
it shouldn't work.
Yeah, it's a lot like how Pocono, you have to balance which corners you're going to set your car up for because it's going to suck in one part of it. It presents that challenge where it's like, do you want to set it up to be good on the oval sections or on the road course sections?
There's a level of discomfort that you have to be okay with on the roval.
Yeah,
so that's part of it. It's good. Unique racetracks make for good races, isn't that right, Joe?
That's very right. That is the number one thing that makes good races.
Gosh darn.
Racetracks.
Gosh darn.
Speaking of Charlotte, a great company that's based out of Charlotte is our friends at Plan B Sales and CircleBeatDiecast.com, your home for all your racing-related memorabilia needs. CircleBeatDiecast.com has the widest assortment of diecast on the market. Head on over there now and use code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $20 or more. We don't have picks for you this week, and I see both Davey and Matt scrambling to get picks.
Pick Bubba Wallace's Racewin Diecast today. The most diecasted Racewin Diecast.
Our the big recommendations this week are obviously all the Racewin Diecast for Brandon Brown, Tate Fogelman, and of course Bubba Wallace. They should also have Racewin t-shirts available for pre-order as well. So go check all those out, whatever suits your fancy. I know I'm probably gonna get that t-shirt too. Just because I have like Ryan Blaney's first win t-shirt, Eric Jones t-shirt. I like to have
I'm
those.
probably going to get Bubba's one, yeah.
I think there's definitely going to be a good photo on there.
Yeah, I own a couple shirts of his, but they both shrunk in the wash immediately.
Yeah,
so
I still have to get a 23 shirt.
Yeah.
Get Stage 2 Xfinity Series Talladega winner Blaine Perkins' CircleBeatDiecast.com diecast.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a good-looking car.
It is pretty good.
Actually, it contains a game.
But again, CircleBeatDiecast.com, link in the description below, code JTN at checkout for free shipping on your order of $20 or more.
Here's a little scenario for you.
I know you're trying to say something, Matt, but I'm trying to keep us rolling.
Here's a little scenario for you, and Matt, I want you to digest this with me.
Okay, I'm digesting it.
Say your name is Matt Steelman, and you live in California.
Oh, that's me.
So you want a diecast?
Yeah. Well, obviously. I gotta buy one now.
And maybe you type in NASCAR diecast on the internet, and then you find CircleBeatDiecast.com. Well, when you find the diecast that you want to buy from CircleBeatDiecast.com, you click it and you add it to your thing, and then you just check out, and then you say code JTN, and it'll ship eventually, but you won't pay for it because you'll have used code JTN on the thing. And I've now done a better advertisement than Joe.
I should just play Tommy's advertisement is what I should do. I have to load it up into our broadcast for caution.
I was gonna say I got a kick out of Joe speeding through the Circle B plug, so Davey and I couldn't goon it up.
And we did it anyway. And then I did it anyway.
Just for the sake of the show, I am thinking about getting the Casey Mears picture and just putting it on the wall right there, so it can be part of it can be part of the Fake Racers podcast lore.
Hey, you should. First off, you should.
Circle B also like they're a little in and out the whole thing, aren't they? They don't listen to this.
I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I hope they do. Hi, Brent.
That'd be pretty cool if they did. I doubt they do, though.
No.
I just scan it for Circle B.
I just hope we're doing a good job, which we're doing okay.
Good job? Joe, you do a great job.
I know I do a great job.
All
Thank
right,
you.
well,
I appreciate
that. Calm it down there, buddy.
I have to be confident in myself. That's my goal for 2022. Anyways, again, circlediecast.com, code JTN at checkout. You can also help support us here on JTN by checking out the JTN merch store. You can get our... I have to re-upload these because I'm pretty sure that I'm starting to realize now that I'm in this graphic design. I upload MYK.
Joe!
We love web designers.
I need
we
to
don't.
get...
We don't. As someone
get
who
more
works in
JTN
printing,
merch.
we don't love web designers.
But they still look really
They do.
Look at that
Yeah,
printing.
I need to get one of those.
I mean,
You do. What the hell are you
I just haven't gotten
for?
around to it yet.
What are you
So,
waiting for?
I had like every single driver shirt sitting in my cart, but I didn't want to spend like $80 at the time. So
I gotta get you
I'm
that
gonna do it
discount
eventually.
code. You need your discount code.
I do.
You need your employee discount code.
I don't think I've ever used my discount code.
Davey loves me.
I try to
I love
support
him too.
the best I can.
He's my buddy.
I might, if I want to do another order soon, but I might use the discount code for.
That's okay.
Yeah. I may or may not. I'm trying to buy another bike right now, so
nice
might
bike.
save my money. Yeah,
Like, dude.
Nice bike. So,
you could do some ollies on it or something.
I wonder what
Really?
Matt O'Reilly's up to.
he's probably living with his face on upside down or something.
Anyways, next gen testing at the Roval is also going to start next week. Teams with 1 or 2 cars bring 1 car to the track. Team 3 to 4 cars can bring 2 cars to the track. Right now it sounds like, Penske, Hendrick, Gibbs, they'll all be bringing 2 cars. All the other teams are, going to be bringing 1 car.
Somebody pointed out Front Row Motorsports isn't going to be there.
Yeah, so the big rumor right now is that Front Row either is A, going to be switching to Toyota, and B, more likely going to be selling one of their charters, if not both, to 2311s.
Yeah.
2311, Denny Hamlin pretty much said and that they already know who Kurt's crew chief and they have his charter. So.
Do they not have a charter for the 23?
No, they do. They bought...
Oh, okay.
Whose charter? They bought someone's charter. I forget.
They
bought Jermaine.
Was it
charter?
Who got Levine's charter then? I just thought it was
Spire, I thought.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Charters are so stupid.
This charter stuff is so stupid. But
absolutely.
The charter silly season stuff sure is like spicy.
You can't track them. Like, Colleague has 2 charters. GMS is going to be there with Ty Dillon, who is everyone says that's probably who's going to be in their car. They still need a charter, which maybe they're going to be the other team that's going to get one from Front Row if Front Row does close, which would suck, obviously, but hey, what a way to go out winning the Daytona 500. I don't know. Bob Jenkins has sunk a lot of money into that team. Might be an okay time to get out of it. Are coming in a lot of upfront cost. But yeah, you also have Rick Ware Racing with 4 charters for some reason.
They're going to sell those charters and make absolute bank and make 1 car really good.
So one of those charters is actually co-owned with Richard Petty Motorsports. It's the old 9/40 charter. So that's why it says Petty Ware Racing on the, I think it's the 51.
Interesting. Okay, makes sense.
That way, they don't lease it. Also, don't something. I don't know. Anyways, that next gen testing is gonna be fun. A lot of guys on track, hopefully together. I know it's probably not open to public, but I'm sure we'll get some videos of it at some point.
Christian Espinosa's.
You better follow him.
Rubbing his palms together right now.
He's about to get all the followers. But it should be good. I am hopeful. I hope that we get like a preseason Thunder again this year too with testing. 'Cause it sounds like a big Daytona.
Hopefully, yeah.
Please broadcast it. Seriously, like how hard would that be to broadcast it to NASCAR.com or hey, guess what NBC has that's really cool and a lot of people already have Peacock. It's almost like maybe the races should be streamed on Peacock already, even if they have to be on normal television. I'm not trying to rant or anything. If they do it with the NFL, they should be able to do it with NASCAR. I don't know. It'll be fun. It'll be interesting. I am. Anyway, we talked about it at the start. I kind of jokingly said it. Any chance to rag on the next gen car, we're gonna take. Not because of there's a lack of faith in the next gen car or anything. 3 months. I don't know why anyone would think that. I don't know. I'm worried lot of the stuff, especially coming out of that Daytona test, they can't side draft apparently, which is hey, we need to figure out how to drive with the new. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. With the new steering.
The rack and pinion.
Yeah, the rack and pinion steering out of the box and all that type of stuff. I'm just.
Yeah, I'm very iffy on next gen, like I've said a bunch of times.
They've taken a lot of engineering away, and I don't like that.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how they're going to do on a road course, though, because have we had an actual next gen road course test?
Yeah, they tested here with Kurt and Truex, and they both said terrible things about the car.
Yeah, and this is what it's supposed to be like based around, is a road racing chassis. So we'll see.
Yeah, those are also very early iterations of the car too.
Yeah.
One of them being that what was the sports car team that built
Action Express?
Action Express, yeah. One of them being that chassis, which I don't know where that is right now. So what I do? Did I put another fuh?
I heard a shit.
Anyway, we should probably
last topic for the night. Roval. It's the elimination race for both the Xfinity and the Cup Series. Obviously,
Whoa!
I think because we've kind of been all over the place with scheduling, I don't think I actually wrote down who we all.
You, God, you, oh man.
Go.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Like what the hell?
What are we even doing?
What in the hell?
Yeah, I didn't write. So, actually, that's a good thing for you guys, because now you can pick who do you think's getting eliminated.
Well, at this rate, probably Alex Bowman.
Okay,
so
Alex Bowman.
I don't want it to happen, but let's be real.
You gotta pick 4.
Kyle Busch, because he sucks at the roval, and he's right on the bubble. Let me look at the point standings again. Byron's pretty far down, and I don't think he's been very good there either.
He actually, I think he qualified on pole there, and has Hendrick car on a road course.
Yeah.
Bowman's actually has the best average finish on the roval.
Yeah, which I know that's a thing, but he has to win, and it's like, is Bowman gonna beat Larson and Chase Elliott?
Yes.
Let's see. This is spicy.
Oh, it's kind of dark now because I'm looking at a dark screen. There we go.
I wish.
My 4 to be eliminated are Christopher Bell, William Byron, Kevin Harvick, and Kyle Busch, just because I don't want Alex Bowman to be eliminated.
Yeah, I don't want Bowman, but I think it's going to be like him, Byron, Bell, and Busch. So all B's. So
man,
pain. That's all I had to say about that.
You know, Byron's got a big uphill battle. Bowman's got an even
Byron and Bowman are
battle.
the easiest 2 to call.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna call those. Those are donezo. Now,
dare I say, Dunyan rings?
Yeah. Now, Christopher Bell had a little bit of luck and good fortune to get to this point, but won the Daytona Roval race. Jeez, you know, I'm gonna go Bowman, Byron. I'm gonna go for the big kill. I'm gonna go a little different. Chase Elliott has a problem and he gets eliminated, and Kevin Harvick doesn't get the stage points to help him across the line.
Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott going out in the same round would be.
It would be.
I would ask you guys who you think is going to be eliminated in Xfinity. I do think, however, I think would be pretty easy. It'd be like Riley Herbst, Jeremy Clements. Oh, who else is down there? Jeb Burton.
Jeb's down there.
And then Brandon Jones just had a good run, so I don't think I can.
Who is down there? Snyder.
Okay, so yeah. I mean, that feels probably pretty safe.
Yeah.
Snyder was decently quick at the roval, but it was while it was raining that he was quite quick.
Who?
Yeah.
So Snyder.
Yeah.
He was up in the lead for a little bit, but
You've got Harrison's right near the cut line. Gregson's not too high above also, but he's been pretty good here before. So
then that
Who
leads
knows?
us to our race picks. So let's start with Xfinity on Saturday.
Let's see. Who do I?
I'm going to be there, so I do not want to do anything bad. I would not want something bad to happen. Excuse me. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be very safe because I want to see him win in person. AJ Allmendinger.
Hey, I saw him win in person twice this year.
Well, brag about it.
Will.
I'm gonna take. Let me look real quick.
I actually only saw Penske and Colleague win this car race this year.
Yeah.
True.
You know what? I'm feeling stupid. Give me Hemrick. I'm ready to be hurt again.
I know you're doing that, so I don't pick him, but I really wasn't.
No, but I'm also doing it because I'm like, this seems like the kind of dumb race that Hemrick would get his first win in.
I'm taking Cindric because
Boo, boo, boo. Yeah, it's a good pick.
look at my hat.
Yep.
Gross.
Oh, that's a big surprise there. Yeah.
I'm just not a big Austin Cindric. Big, like, oh, I'm gonna root for him now that you are, but
Yeah.
I don't hate him like you guys do. Which I know why you do. I know why you do, and it's a fair.
Yeah.
It goes back to what we started the show with. It's okay to hate drivers for good reason. Cup Series
Because he's
picks.
white.
Oh boy! All right.
Cup Series picks.
You're tiptoeing right up to the line on that one. Cup Series picks. You know what? Because I picked him to get eliminated, give me Alex Bowman. I'm manifesting it. I'm ready to be hurt both races.
Why would you? Davey,
What, you got?
Why do I gotta?
you want me to go next? I can go next.
I went first last time. Let me go third.
Okay.
Who you picking? Who you picking? Come on.
He drives a car. He
It
drives.
really narrows it down.
It does. He's been mediocre on the road courses for a long time now.
Eric Jones.
No,
Chase Elliott.
no. He really needs a win. Turn his luck around. He drives a Ford.
Cody Ware.
I mean, that'd be a pretty pick, honest.
Oh,
Cody
it's James
Ware's.
Davison. That's who it is.
Driver of the number 21 Wood Brothers Racing.
Yeah.
Boris said.
Matt DiBenedetto. Because I'm sure if he doesn't win, we'll hear about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I really like their speed at Road America.
Yeah.
And I feel like this track plays a little, not like completely to it, but Road America is pretty fast.
He's a solid road racer.
Yeah. He'll get a top 10, probably.
Yeah.
Plus, I didn't want to pick a chase guy, playoff guy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna watch this. Check it out.
Checking it out.
Kyle
So-
Larson.
Here's the deal.
Chase
All right.
Elliott.
Here's where my
William
Martin
Byron.
Truex. Martin Truex.
Oh, it was Truex.
Ryan Priest.
It was
All
Truex,
right.
though, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't. It was Ryan Priest.
You can't lie to me.
It wasn't Truex.
It was Truex. Guys,
No,
we're
it
gonna have
wasn't.
two. We're gonna have two polls.
Swap.
We're gonna have two polls underneath the Twitter. One to tell me if you think Davey swore yes or no. And the second that if Davey was actually Ryan Truex or Martin Truex.
That's bold picking Ryan Truex.
That would be a pretty bold.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Cole Custer is driving in the Cup Series. When is the last time I've even seen Cole Custer?
It's so true.
He just kind of vibes, man. It takes him a couple years. He just vibes.
Yeah.
I like Cole Custer, but God, where
I
has he
just
been?
thought about that and I was like, he has done nothing this year.
I mean,
What does Cole Custer's stats look like right
be
now?
fair.
Hold on.
It might
Yeah.
be this year. I
Which-
mean,
yeah.
Briscoe had one good race at Indy. Almirola had one good race at New Hampshire.
He has 2 top 10s.
impressive.
Yeah.
I think one of them.
He finished 13th. He's like very
was up front.
consistently between 13th and 25th place.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
is key.
Oh, there you go. Cole Custer, NASCAR driver that I genuinely forgot about. I don't know why that popped into my head, but I was like, oh yeah, there's a 41 car in Cup.
I need the old Custer.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
God, I can't wait until I get my Ryan Priest truck win diecast in like 3 years.
Yeah.
They actually just posted the renders of it. So it should, I say, April, May.
Yeah, I checked the
So far away.
shipping date of, I think it was Bowman's Pocono win, and it's estimated for February.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
More popular drivers usually. Don't know why.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, I guess that.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think that's all our picks, right?
Yeah, so
Anyway,
that's this
so
week's
that
episode
was-
of the Fake Racers podcast. Thank you folks so much for listening this week. If you want to find more from JTN, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Johto Network, on Facebook at Johto Network, youtube.com/, you guessed it, Johto Network. We can't thank you enough for all your support, for listening. If you want to find more from Mr. Matthew Steelman, you can go to...
You can find me on Twitter at Cole Custer. That's no, at msteelman51. Also on the YouTubes, Dale Jr. Rocks. Also Oof Sides. I was stupid busy this last week, and also my internet refused to work, so we couldn't record. But we're doing a double episode this week. So
The Urban Meyer Extravaganza.
oh yeah,
Please
it's
call
gonna
it
be,
I have an idea for the next cold open, by the way, for next week.
yeah.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I don't want to tell you guys about it yet.
Yeah,
Maybe when we're done recording.
Thanks for interrupting him.
Well, I think
was
it's
done.
My plug anyway,
Kind of
so,
rude of
yeah.
you.
He was done.
That's
Joe,
yeah,
you are
that's-
so sassy
That's
today.
not very
Here's-
cash money. If I'm
This
being
is the
Here's
honest.
my
first
problem.
Davey, this is the first time I've felt decent about myself in like a month. Okay, give me this.
You're great, Joe. You're great. But you're just a sassy little butthole right now.
Oh, you sassy little boy.
You're a sassy little butthole. You're my little butthole sassy boy. So, in conclusion, if you were to look for more of me, I don't know why you wouldn't. I would go to at Davey Hazard on Twitter, at D7H5 on Instagram, and at D7H5er with an ER at the end on Twitch. Because, let's face it, if there is anyone that you wanted to see opinions of, it's me.
That little
Hey.
chuckle was so forced.
You're gosh darn right it was. Pal.
That'll probably,
Chung.
I'm gonna get that on the JTN TikTok, I think.
God.
Uh,
That's so awkward.
You can also, if you want to find merch for these guys, you can head on over to the JTN merch store. We got Davey Hazard shoe car merch. We also have Davey Hazard logo merch. We have Matthew Steelman King of the Jungle merch. And you can get stickers for both of those, I think.
Still haven't put it on
really?
anything
You
yet.
need a sticker for mine?
Not your car one, but you can get a sticker for your like little Martini logo one. The car one didn't work on a sticker. It didn't work very good. I think what I'll do is I'll probably just cut the cars out and post them separately.
Yeah.
Breaking news, we're thinking about just starting a JTN driver merch store, just separate,
Oh,
to kind
that would
of
be really cool.
keep everything a little more.
Ugh. Organizational.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we'll see if we keep using Spring as our merch people.
Great reviews. From people who wear my shirt. They all love it.
No, they're good. It's just it's kind of working with them. They do a good job for what they do. They're good. They're
Yeah.
comfortable. I'm not trying to say like it's bad merch. I'm trying to look for where we can maybe make a little more margin without charging as much as we.
Margin without charging.
But we also
I
have
get
probably
it.
the cheapest merch on the web. So, you know,
Buy it for cheap, baby.
Whatever. No big deal.
No
No
big
big
deal.
flex or anything.
no big deal. I don't worry
Whatevs.
about overcharging people for things constantly. Can't thank you folks though enough, because you didn't have to pay at all to listen to this, because we aren't a premium podcast. We're the podcast of the people here on the Fake
Yeah.
Racers podcast. Also be on the lookout for Davey around Charlotte this weekend. He's also look out for.
Make sure to pick him up by his taint if you see him. So
he would appreciate that.
Someone's gonna do that. 100% someone's gonna do that. Now.
Yep, someone's gonna do it. I promise you that.
Oh God, I hope it happens.
And make sure to, if you see some little QR codes randomly around, make sure you scan them.
Yeah.
You never know.
What could possibly be on the other end of that?
Might end up looking at a picture of Matt.
Maybe.
That's the picture of me in the schoolgirl outfit doing like the peace sign thing.
All right. We are about 20 minutes over what I'd like this episode to be lengthwise, so can't thank you all enough for tuning in this week. Hope you for some reason tune in next week, and we'll see you guys next time right here on the Fake Racers podcast.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
No.